Okay. So I'm just going to go over the instant commissions again real quick, just so that if anyone isn't really familiar with instant commissions, we can kind of do a quick rundown on it. And then I'll show you some ways to find the instant commissions and how to do the paperwork for the clients. So instant commissions are commissions that are paid out to you the same day as the booking is completed. There are service fees that we, the travel agents, will charge the client when we use the wholesale pricing. How do we charge the client the service fee? You can use Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Square, or Square to charge the service fee. I personally will use Square just because I feel like it's just a little bit more professional, and it's just honestly easier for me to use and keep separate from everything else. Instant commissions do not count towards your IATA card. The instant commissions are not paid out through Archer. They're paid directly from the client to you. I'm sorry, guys. My dog is going crazy. To earn your IATA card, you have to earn $5,000 in commissions in a rolling 12 months through Archer. You can earn instant commissions on everything from hotels, car rentals, flights, theme park tickets, concerts, and sporting events. How to find your wholesale pricing is you're going to log into your back office. You're going to click on Evo Rewards. For concert tickets and sporting events, you're just going to type in the search bar Events 365, and then you just click on that link when it pops up. For theme park tickets and hotels and car rentals, you'll click on the search bar. You'll click on travel above the search bar, and then you'll click on the theme park tickets button, or you'll search the hotel or the location of the hotel that you're looking for. Once you've pulled up your tickets on Evo Rewards, you'll open the public vendor that the public has access to, such as Expedia, Priceline, Ticketmaster, anything like that the public has access to. And then you'll search for the same ticket or the same hotel for the same day, the same room type. You're just going to look for exactly the same. The difference is your potential for instant commissions. Meaning if Evo Reward offers a concert ticket for seat 12 in row B and Ticketmaster has the same ticket for the same day, same seating, if Evo's price is $129 for the ticket and then Ticketmaster is $189, the difference, which would be $189 minus $129, is $60. So that leaves you with $60 in savings for the client, meaning you can charge a service fee of no more than $60 and receive it as your commission. I wouldn't recommend charging the complete difference to get your instant commission because you want to make money, but then you also want to have that selling point of, well, it's $10, $15, $20 cheaper than what you can get. Even though it doesn't seem like that big of a savings, they're still going to book with you because that's still a savings. How you charge the service fee is you will tell the client the price is X amount. There will be two charges to your card, one for X amount, which would be the ticket price, the other for X amount, which is a service fee. The charges for a service fee, the vendor charges to get the discounted pricing. However, the total amount will stay the same. I always tell the clients you'll see two charges, one for $129 and then another for $15. That is the $15 service fee that the vendor charges to give the public access to the discounted pricing. As long as the pricing stays the same as you originally quoted them, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to care. Does that make sense to everybody?
So you're pretty much setting your commission up to, say, that $60.
Correct.
Okay.
Once the client has paid the service charge via Cash App, Venmo, Square, whatever platform you use to receive that, you will send them the invoice for the service fee along with their travel documents. You can find, there are several, you can Google free templates for the invoice. I use Canva just because it's easier to keep everything together, and Canva has them for free. Let me see if it'll pull up. This is the one that I use. You don't have to use it. But it has thank you, and then I just type in their name. I usually don't put their address on there just because I don't like having too many documents with everyone's personal information on there. I typically will put like their city, state, and their phone number. And then your name, I usually put my logo up here, but it's however you want to do it. And then the description, and then the item. So say you sold them that ticket for whatever concert, you would just put it here, quantity, then the charge for the ticket, no, the charge for the service fee, I'm sorry. And then the total amount. We don't add tax. I don't add tax to the service fee, but that's up to you. But if you choose to add tax to the service fee, make sure that you tell them that up front. And then I just email this over with their confirmations, same as you would for a regular booking. Does that make sense? Chat. Okay. Does anyone have any questions regarding?
Katrina, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you put non-refundable for the wholesale fee?
Yes, thank you for pointing that out, Jody. I meant to say that. Yes, I always put non-refundable for the service fees, because if you don't and they cancel, even if they book with you wholesale, they can potentially still, and I'll show you this in a second, for hotel rooms, they can still cancel most of the time. Sometimes it's non-refundable pricing, but most of the time it is refundable. So I always put in there, the wholesale service fee is non-refundable, because if you don't, then when they cancel, they're going to expect that money back. But if you put that it's non-refundable, they can't ask for that back, and all the work that you put in, even if they cancel, you still get paid for. And you don't have to worry about 2 weeks later trying to give them that $40 that they paid you that you've already spent. Does that make sense? Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. No one else has any questions. I will pull up. Okay. I'm going to pull up just a couple examples of what I'm talking about with the wholesale pricing. So we'll do Disney. Everybody loves Disney. I'm just going to do just a random day, one adult ticket. We'll just do a base adult ticket. And then as that's pulling up, whenever I search the typical pricing, like for Disney, I'm not going to go to Disney travel agent site. I'm just going to go to the normal Disney site, because that's what they have access to. So that's what they're going to see. Let's see. Tickets. Theme park tickets. That's what I want. I just want the theme park tickets. I do want to point out, especially with Disney, with their base tickets, you have to get at least a 2-day pass. So you couldn't sell Disney tickets wholesale for just a 1 day. Take just a second while it's pulling up. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to just select the one park per day because that's what we have on Evo. It'll load. Oh. And then we did December 6th. Okay, so for a 2-day, one park per day pass through Disney, it is make sure that we get $275.93. And with Evo, it's $245.65. So what I would do, it is $275.93 minus 245.65. So that's $30 that you have to play with that you can charge the client as a wholesale fee. Does that make sense? What a base ticket is and for a base ticket, it just means that they can only go to one park per day. There's no special additives like the memory makers or the park hopper option. The park hopper option is where they can go from one park to the other and just bounce back and forth. With a base ticket, you just go to that one park and that's all you go to the whole day. Does that make sense? And Janet, yes, the document that I had that I had pulled up, both the PDF that I had explaining the instant commissions and the invoice, I will add to the chats for everybody. Does everybody understand the Disney? So there is one more that I wanted to show you guys just for the hotels, because I haven't actually showed you guys a hotel instant commission. So I wanted to do that this time. Well, maybe if I didn't just type in hotel in the destination box. And again, I'm just going to go to Expedia, but I'm not going to go to the travel agent side of Expedia. You can look up Priceline or anything like that, but I always do Expedia because that is just the most common. So about the difference, you can charge them. Yes, for the $30 difference, that's the potential that you have for your instant commission. You can charge them the full $30 if you wanted to on that ticket. You would just match what they already have. So honestly, it may be a little bit harder for you to explain to the client why they should book a theme park ticket through you for the same price as they could get it on their own. But you could absolutely charge them the $30 if you wanted. It's up to you to choose the instant commission. Just be prepared to explain to a client when you tell them that it's the same price as they can find it somewhere else, especially for a theme park ticket, why they should book a theme park ticket with you for the same price they can do on their own. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to just pull up this one in Las Vegas. And I'm going to pull up the same one again. In Expedia. And again, we're not using the travel agent side of Expedia. We're only using what the public has access to. Delete that one. Okay, so we'll pick our room. We'll just do the first one. And make sure you always go through to the end, not just what it says, because when we first looked at it, it said 1973. We still have to go through, like we tell our clients, to make sure that we add the taxes and fees in. So it went from 1973 a night to 2263 a night with a property fee of $41.95. Keep that in mind with that property fee, because you still have to tell them about that with wholesale. So we selected on that one Mountain View, 1 king. And then right here, their total is 8163, but that is including this. So that's why I pointed that out a second ago. Expedia includes in their total price that $41.95 resort fee. So pay now is $39.68. So you would tell the client, if you did this, that it would be $39.68 for what they have access to. If they, you would still tell them the $41.95 is due at the hotel. Does that make sense? So with Evo for this room, it is 2.63. That's a $17 difference that you have to potential make a night as instant commission. So if you sold them that room for 5 nights, then you have a potential of earning almost $90 for just that trip. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions? No? I will show you Canva real quick on the invoices. We'll go over that real quick since there's no questions regarding that. All I did was I went on the Canva and I just searched invoice, and there are so many to choose from that are free. And it's really all on what you want. But for the invoice, you would, I kind of touched base on this earlier. This, I would just put my logo, and then invoice, I would put their name, city, state, and phone number, just because I don't like having a lot of their personal information with everything on all their paperwork, because I keep for my instant commissions for tax purposes, I will keep my invoice. I keep a copy of anything that pertains to the booking, and I keep, I have a spreadsheet that I keep the amount of instant commission. So I try to keep it in 3 different places, the amounts, just because you still have to claim it for taxes. But here you would put, let me zoom in. I hate how Canva does that. For here, you would just type in service fee for, we'll just say the Disney ticket. I hate how it does this. That's the only downside to using Canva for these, is you have to edit them to make them look the way that you want. and then say we're going to charge them $15 for that. So the total, depending on how many they got, it's $15 per ticket. So then you would just actually go back. There we go. $15. I would make this part blank, this blank. And move that up there. So it says service fee for Disney ticket, $15, quantity 1, total is 15. So then down here, we're just gonna put $15. I'm gonna take the tax out because I don't add tax. I just feel like that's way too much to. So total amount 15. Bill 2 for here, it's going to be my business name. I'm not ever going to put on there that they're going to bill to, well, I would put their name. Sorry, let me go back. Bill 2 would be Jane Doe. I'm going to put their city and state on here just because I don't like keeping, you can put their city and state on their whole address. I don't, because that's just another document I got to make sure that nobody gets their hands on, because I don't like having personal information out. But then you just put their city and state here. Payable to, I'm never going to put Katrina on there. It's always going to be limitless travel, because when they see this, they're going to ask you, the first thing they're going to say is, why am I paying Katrina Auto $15? I'm always just going to put my business name, my email, and then I would put I usually put my website, and then I would put my phone number so that they know where it came from. They have their documents on there, and their credit card authorization form is the same thing. It has my business name, all of my information on there, the total that they were charged. This is just another receipt for their for their service fee. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? No, maybe? If no one has any more questions, I'm going to stop recording.